Welcome back to the WHHI-TV Daily News. With me now is our resident sea turtle expert, and that is, of course, Amber Kuehn, who is with Sea Turtle Patrol Hilton Head Island. Always good to see you.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, so we need to do an update because we had something happen last week that maybe kept you a little busy.
Yes, so Debbie, I'm sure, kept several people busy,
Right.
But for the sea turtles and the update on that, we did take one day off of patrol for the storm. We went out the next day and we found that one nest was completely washed away, just the one. We had some inventories on nests that had hatched just before the storm.
Okay.
And when we went in to count the empty shells and the eggs that didn't hatch, we did find that they were full of water. And that wasn't seawater, that was the rain.
Wow.
So I won't know exactly, and that'll be our next update, how much that affected the eggs that were still in the process.
Right.
Because those eggs need to be dry.
Yeah.
Right? So we'll see, and about when they reach 70 days is when we get to go in and see.
Well, it's a pretty good number, though, really, that it was only one nest that was totally submerged and a few that might have been affected.
Totally washed away. Yeah,
That's
so rain can submerge it or the surf, but in this case it was mostly the rain. We had almost 10 inches maybe. And that's more than we're used to getting on that beach.
Yeah. Well, talk to us a little bit about the season in general, because we are now really more into hatchling season than we are into nesting season. Talk to us about kind of the end of the season coming up and how the season was so far.
Okay, so nesting season, our first nest was May 9th. It starts May 1st. Hatching season generally starts July, and we have a little overlap there. We're still getting new nests. We're not getting new nests anymore, so we ended up with 195 for the main beach, and we have 7 in Hilton Head Plantation. So we'll add to that number later. We have 81 that have hatched so far. So we still have 113-ish to go on the main beach. So we'll see. We're still in that hatching season. It'll go through the end of September, and then our job doesn't get easier. It just changes.
Right, for sure. And so that nesting number is a little bit lower, but we were expecting that, right? Was it even lower than you were expecting?
Lower than we were expecting, but we knew it would be a low year. Hopefully next year, if we don't have a recovery next year, then we'll be concerned. But when we have these low years here and there, it could be environmental, it could be things that we're just not aware of, but if it continues, then we're concerned.
Yeah. And talk to us about how people have been doing on the beach this year. I know we always are saying, lights out, fill your holes, knock down your sandcastles. How have we done so far this year?
We've been doing these public talks, and more people visit Hilton Head, and the awareness is out there, so I get several phone calls. Mostly concerned people, not interfering, but concerned at what do we do about this. And honestly, there's nothing anyone can do without a permit except for call.
Right.
So picking them up, moving them around, even the dead ones, you can't, touch those endangered species. So, I get a lot of phone calls about a hatchling walking to the water, which I don't need to know about.
That's where they're supposed to be going.
That's where they're going. That's okay.
Well, if somebody wants to support your effort, because I know obviously it takes a lot of support from the community, how do they help you?
Well, we have a fundraiser. It's called Nest Dedications, and you can go to our website, SeaTurtlePatrolHHI.org, and you can get that. It's the gift that everybody that has it all will definitely appreciate it.
I think it's such a cool gift. I love it.
Yes, and the Christmas holiday will bring a special one around. So appreciate that.
Is that something you can do all year?
You can do it all year, almost all year, except for a couple months, but the holiday one is really special.
Okay, so stay tuned for that. That's probably going to come up in our next update too with you.
Yes,
Amber,
I'll be looking forward to it.
Yeah, thank you for being here and giving us our update. As always, we appreciate it.
Thank you.
And we'll be back in just a moment, so don't go away.